Over the last 4 years of my life, I've consistently been selling stuff on eBay. I'm up to a little bit above 350 positive reviews and over 600 items sold. And it's been a really hard decision to decide to stop doing it because it's been so fun, but it just takes so much time. When I get home from work, I want to relax. I want to be able to focus on my physical health and I want to be able to focus on my mental health. I want to be able to clean my apartment, I want to be able to read, and I want to be able to calm down after work. But I can't do that when I still have stock from 2 months ago that I haven't even listed yet, and I have to ship out packages multiple times a week because stuff sells. And that is just the stock that I currently have. In order to get more stock, I have to run ads, I have to negotiate with people, I have to meet them, I have to get the consoles or whatever I'm buying, and almost every single time it's gross or it's not kept well. So I have to clean it, I have to test it, I have to price check it, I have to get photos ready for it, list it, negotiate, sell it, find a good box for it, get packaging for it, and then ship it out, and then hope that they don't decide to try to return it, and also hope that UPS or USPS doesn't just drop kick my box. And when I have to do that for every single item, it gets pretty time consuming. Now, I'm not saying that to complain. I do really like doing eBay stuff. I like buying stuff and selling stuff. And I know that this video is about me saying that I'm going to give it up, but in reality, I don't think I'll ever fully stop. I think I'll slow down. But every summer there's garage sales, there's community garage sales, there's estate sales, and there's the 127 yard sale that is every single August. And I always try to do those things because they're fun to do. And me and my brother like to do it, me and my mom like to do it. It's a nice bonding moment for all of us. And it gives me a chance to meet new people and to collect stuff that I want to collect or to just make a profit off of some random stuff that I find at a garage sale. So I don't think it is possible for me to ever fully stop. I mean, ever since I was a kid, I was always trading things and flipping things to try to make a profit. I started on Team Fortress 2, and then I moved over to Pokemon cards when I was younger, and then I moved over to computers because I wanted to get myself a decent gaming PC, and then I finally landed on consoles because that was the next thing that I wanted to start collecting. But now that I have a job and I spend 8 hours a day making money working, I don't want to spend another 1 to 2 hours during my evenings working even more for less money. If eBay was scalable, instead of every single item I have to clean, test, and ship and then it's done, if I was able to actually scale it up and make more than just one profit at a time, I would consider keeping it going. But it's not a passive thing. Every single sale I have to work for, and I always have to actively find more deals to keep my stock up. I know that I don't make money and will never make money doing these videos, but it's a good kind of counter of every video I make is out there still. It can still be watched and it can still provide some sort of value and it can still be entertaining and it's still cool to me that it's there. An eBay item that I sold 8 months ago does not provide me any value now, and all I really ever did was move the item around. At this point, I just want to enjoy the fruits of my labor. I have a game and console backlog that will take me at least 5 years to work through. And I will probably still continue to buy stuff, like I said, and add to the collection just at a much slower rate. And I want to be able to play the games I have. I don't want to just be able to look at them while I go package up more stuff because I bought more stuff and I have to get it shipped out so I have free time. Last weekend, I started playing Zelda Ocarina of Time. And the only Zelda games that I've played were the two on the Switch. I played Tears of the Kingdom and I played Breath of the Wild. And I really liked those games. I always wanted to go back and play those older Zelda games. And now I have them, but I don't have the time to play them. So this weekend, I finally had a couple hours and I sat down and I started Zelda Ocarina of Time. And it was so fun. And I'm playing on a GameCube that I got at least 4 months ago, maybe longer. And I haven't played on half the console that I have still. And some of them are over 8 months old, and I've just had them sitting. I want to have the free time to actually play those games and actually enjoy those games and not rush because I only have an hour a night to have fun. And because of my strained time frames, to some extent, eBay has become an idol. It has damaged my faith. This last weekend, both Saturday and Sunday, I spent most of my time cleaning, testing, and listing consoles and video games on eBay. I didn't get to actually truly relax, and this was the first weekend that I was home completely alone, no family members, no plans or anything. I was actually just in my apartment for the first weekend completely alone. And I spent it trying to catch up on my eBay stock. Sundays are supposed to be the day of rest for Christians, or at least for me. I told myself that I would relax and do what I wanted this Sunday and try to actually have that day of rest. And I did for the first few couple hours, but by around 2 p.m., I was testing games because I just wanted to be done with staring at eBay stock all the time, and I wanted it to be listed so it could start to sell so I could finally just be free from it. Most days, I try to spend 20 or 30 minutes just reading my Bible. But like I just said, I spend 1 to 2 hours a day working on eBay. That ratio is not good for me. As a Christian who is still trying to find a church in a new city and is struggling with going through Exodus and figuring out why certain scriptures say what they say, I need to have more time with God and reading my Bible and trying to work through these harder scriptures and deepen my faith. And I know that this is my fault. I know that I'm the one who went out and bought this stuff, and I'm the one who spent my evenings looking through Facebook Marketplace trying to find deals or going out and traveling somewhere to buy something and then clean it all and test it all. I know that I did that to myself. And I did that to myself because when I was younger, I fell for the trap that I always needed to be making money and I always needed to be productive. And because of that, I had multiple days where even though I had more free time because I was only working part-time jobs, I spent all of that free time listing, cleaning, buying, testing, and shipping out consoles. And because I have that subconscious belief that I always need to be doing something productive, I still, even today, struggle to relax because I feel like I'm not adding value. I feel like I'm not being productive. I feel like I'm wasting my time, even if I'm just trying to lay on the couch and just decompress for a couple minutes. And even with that belief that I always need to be productive and I always need to be making money, I still need to be honest with myself that this is not going to work. Like eBay would not work for that purpose because it's not scalable. This hobby is not going to ever provide me financial freedom. It will help generate some income, but it's just not sustainable. It's not something that I could do forever. As much as I hate to say it, it just has to be time to move on. I would love to build a retro shop or build a retro store, and eBay has helped me build some of those softer skills that I would need to do it. But the overhead costs, the advertisement, the taxes, and all the other parts of owning a small business would just not work out for me. And I don't think that that dream of making a retro shop and collecting consoles will ever die, but at this point, I just don't think it's worth it. That risk would not have a good payout. And even though that is what I would want to do to some extent for the rest of my life, it would be selfish to try because I would bet all statistical odds that I would be hurting my future family and my future self versus if I stay where I'm at right now with this job and setting myself up for success with a good job and spending my free time as a reward and a celebration at the end of the day for getting through another day, for being productive, for helping me thrive, for investing into my future instead of working on another chore or another side hustle of trying to ship out eBay items and trying to make it work. It's hard for me to tell what will end up happening and if I'll ever pivot back. What would be best for my future right now is if I lock in just a bit longer, I get everything listed, I start to sell stuff, and I don't buy any more stuff so that my stock slowly starts to drop to a rate where it's more sustainable, and I'm only worrying about eBay once or twice a week. But knowing me and knowing that I have that constantly needing to be productive part of me ingrained so far into my subconscious, the second I see a garage sale or the second I see the 127 yard sale that's coming up in about 2 months, I'm going to buy stuff. My stock's going to increase. I'm going to be in the same issue. So I may not be able to wrap up this hobby as I think I'm going to because I'm always going to find more stuff and I don't think I'll ever fully stop, even if it would be better for me and help me create a work life balance. But hopefully, after summer ends and all of the easy access garage sales and yard sales start to drop as the weather gets colder, I will be able to move my time to something that is more valuable, where I'm helping my mental state, my physical state, or my spiritual state by joining communities or talking to people or exercising consistently again or finding a book and starting to actually relax and read. I had a book that I was reading pretty consistently almost every day back when I graduated, and now I haven't touched it in a month. So I would like to get back into that book because it was a good book. And it would be nice to have that free time accessible again to go back to reading and exercising and relaxing. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. And if you got this far, I'd love if you considered checking back in. And if you never see me again and you never click on a video again, thanks for giving me some of your time, and I hope that I provided at least some value in your life that made that time worth it. See you later. Bye.